Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Coldingness, Vice President External, and I am truly honored to be reading this citation today. The highest distinction the Senate of a university can confer upon an individual is an honorary doctorate. At the University of Manitoba, the criteria include distinguished achievement in scholarship, the arts, or public service. Our honorary graduates this afternoon are Walter and Maria Schroeder. Walter and Maria Schroeder's families both immigrated to Canada seeking better opportunities, and today, thanks to their incredible philanthropy, they have in turn created opportunities for many others. Both raised in Winnipeg, they witnessed firsthand the power of education to break the cycle of poverty. Maria's life changed profoundly one evening in grade 11 when her high school principal visited her home to offer the financial support her family needed for her to stay in school. It was a gift that gave her the opportunity to eventually study at the University of Manitoba. This pivotal act of kindness laid the foundation for a lifelong dedication to removing barriers for students. The couple met at the University of Manitoba, and after graduating, they embarked on a remarkable journey of entrepreneurship. In 1975, they loaded their 2 kids in the back of their Volkswagen Beetle and drove to Montreal. During the trip, they had the big idea to create Dominion Bond Rating Service. They began with only $1,000 and grew their new company into the 4th largest bond rating agency in the world. After selling the company in 2014, the Schroeders decided to devote themselves to helping others. They have since committed over $500 million to philanthropic causes and plan to commit a total of $1 billion over their lifetime. In 2018, they established the Schroeder Foundation Scholarships, which support students from low-income Winnipeg high schools. Their comprehensive program covers full tuition, accommodations, tutoring, and mentorship, ensuring that financial challenges do not stand in the way of accessing post-secondary education. This prestigious program is unique and powerful, and it even supports recipients with summer school to help them prepare for university. The Schroeders' philanthropy not only addresses larger financial needs, but also the day-to-day challenges faced by students. For instance, on a visit to a Winnipeg school, they learned that teachers were supplying students with lunches. Deeply moved, the Schroeders created a food program in the school and have since expanded it to many others. Today, students can go to school cafes and enjoy a freshly made free breakfast and subsidized lunch thanks to the grants their foundation provides. Their foundation gives roughly $5 million annually to Winnipeg's education system, supporting students in a variety of inspiring ways. For example, last year, they sponsored 12 students from Sisler High School's Create program to pitch their animated series to Nickelodeon Studios in Los Angeles. This is what they do. The Schroeders help students to dream big. Beyond education, their philanthropic vision also focuses on healthcare. They are committed to advancing medical research and care across Canada with investments in brain and heart care, multiple sclerosis education, arthritis treatment, and allergy prevention. In 2017, they donated $20 million to support the scientists at KITE, the research arm of the Toronto Rehabilitation Institute. It was the largest ever gift to a rehab hospital in Canada. Then in 2020, they provided $25 million to create the Schroeder Arthritis Institute at University Health Network. However, the Foundation's most ambitious project to date is the development of a state-of-the-art ambulatory surgical center in Ontario. This revolutionary facility will transform patient care and create new opportunities for medical training and research, and position Canada as a global leader in healthcare innovation. Walter and Maria Schroeder envision a better future. and more importantly, they act on it. Through their work, they have made a profound difference in countless lives. They invest not only in people, but in our communities and in our country. Madame Chancellor, it is an honor for me to ask, on behalf of the Senate of the University of Manitoba, that you confer upon Walter and Maria Schroeder the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa in recognition of their compassion, vision, and generosity, which have truly changed our world for the better.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining.
I would like now to invite Dr. Walter Schroeder to address Convocation.
Chancellor, President, faculty, all you graduates, family and friends, graduates. We're very unlikely people to get this award. And Maria and I are deeply humbled and honored to be receiving the remarkable recognition for what we did, because we were very unlikely recipients of this award. Very, very unlikely. The reason we were unlikely recipients is due to something that many people suffer from. It's called poverty. I was born in a very, 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 very poor part of Winnipeg, inner city Winnipeg. And we lived on Alexander Avenue by the Salter Street Bridge. And we were extremely poor. That area right now today is the single poorest postal code in all of Canada. And we were very unlikely candidates to even go to university. In the case of Maria, my wife, she was even worse off. She was born in a German area in the Ukraine. And because of ethnic cleansing, they had to leave. And she had the distinct position of having covered the Ukraine on foot and in rail cars. And when she settled down in Leipzig, the family thought they were okay. But they weren't okay. because that part of Germany was handed over by Eisenhower to the Russians. And it was the same Russians that ultimately shipped a good part of her family back to Siberia, because Maria made it, and her chances of being here today are only 16%, because 84% of the people that were in that group that left the Ukraine either died or were shipped back to Russia and Siberia. So we're very fortunate to have been able to come from the poverty and simple roots with absolutely no connections and rise above it. And as it turns out, make a lot of money. In fact, much more money than we ever dreamed we would make. We did it for two reasons. Two reasons. The graduates here, examples of one of the reasons we made it. And that reason is we used what you, the graduates, have done is we used education over poverty. And that's a program we're trying to use now with, we're involved with 12 schools here. We're feeding them free breakfast and lunch. We're supervising the program. We're trying to get the students there to realize that, and they're all in the North End in challenged areas, and we're trying to get them to realize that the way out for them is education. And I'm happy, graduation class here, I'm happy to see you chose that route, because that's half the battle. And you've got a challenge. You know, if I were you, I'd be afraid right now. You look ahead and you don't know where you're going. Some of you have got jobs. I bet you don't even know if you like your job, if you have one, or if you don't have one. What a challenge. You're leaving the safe confines of university. And it's a bit of a scary moment when you stop and think the position you're in, but what great opportunity you have if you make something of it. Now, the second thing we did was what very, very, very few people do, and it's going to be my bits of advice to you in a minute. Take risk. Follow your passion. If you're going to be good at anything, you got to have a passion for it. Take that passion and follow it, because that's what we did. In a simple Volkswagen on the way to Montreal, we developed a future, which is to take and develop a debt rating agency and take it global. And we did that over 40 years. And what our aim is right now is to take the immense wealth that we accumulated and give it back to society. And we're doing that in three forms. We're doing that with a private nonprofit hospital we're building. We're doing it with a program here in Winnipeg geared towards the challenged North End, where we're trying to help students both with 60 of them we're putting through 4 years of university, and we're feeding roughly about 1,500 people every day for breakfast and lunch free, which we're sponsoring and leading, helped partially by the government as well. Now, if we made it, anybody can make it, and anybody can do well, and some of you people are going to flourish. You know, almost absolutely for sure you're going to flourish. 6 bits of advice to you now for your future that I can give you because we experienced it, and we can say it works. First, a bit of advice: never stop learning. Artificial intelligence is going to change the world right now, the way people act, the way they think, and you're in the forefront of it. And the beauty with artificial intelligence and the effect that will have on the world is you're at the first stage of it, which means you're no further behind than anyone else in this. And what a great opportunity to be able to use that now to the benefit of society. Second of all, I wish you'd do this. We did. I wish you would. Don't take a safe job. Take risk. Follow your passion and do something else. And make your job special, because you only live once. And the worst thing is to find a boring job you hate for the rest of your life. So take that risk. Go beyond what's normally done and take an unconventional step. Third thing, this is important because I've seen the world with the company we formed. A very, very strong recommendation. Don't let money be the driving force of what you do. If you do, you're going to corrupt yourself, and the money that you're pursuing is going to be your downfall eventually. I don't know anyone that's been successful that pursued and did something for money, because it's the wrong reason to do something for, and it almost always fails. And people that do that also are the greedy people in life, and money is it's often greed. It's not an end to happiness either. So don't let money be what you pursue. Fourth of all, do what's right. You know, the most important thing you have got, the single most important thing you got, I should ask you a question. What do you think it is? The most important thing you're carrying is your reputation. And when you lose your reputation and credibility, you lose a great part of your life. So whatever you do, guard your reputation, build it, be respectful to people, try and do the right thing. And don't cheat and play the gray zone too much, because if you do, you're going to get caught. The fifth thing I learned, and this may be the most important advice I can give you, because I learned it, and I used it, and it worked. And that's a very simple bit of advice. Smile and have fun with what you do. And you got to use humor. And I've been in situations with, I was in the capital markets of the world, and we had a lot of crises, but with a combination of smiles, humor, and warmth, I was able to overcome many of the crises where people are ready to shoot me, because we had a pretty prominent position in the world. We were gatekeepers to the capital markets of the world. There were only 4 companies, and we were the 4th one globally. And we had a lot of people mad at us because we refereed how much people could borrow, at what price both sovereign countries and companies could borrow. And there were only 4 of us in the world, and you needed 2 of them to do debt issues in the world. And I found that a combination of smile, warmth, and just having fun with your work is so key. And last of all is this. This is one of the requirements we're having with the many people we help. We adopted the position of being generous. Now, I'm part of a group called the Racial Alger Society. It is one of the single most wealthiest giveaway type of charities in the United States and Canada. The president of it is Greg Abel, who's going to be the takeover person for Warren Buffett. And the society specializes in helping students that can't afford to go to university. And that's one of the organizations we're supporting right now, and that's one of the also areas and motivations for giving away money right now to help students. It's one of the major things we do. But you also can be generous, because there's going to be a lot of you that are going to make a lot of money. And the best thing you can do with that is give some of that money away to people that also need it, and give it away to society. which is one of the things we're doing. We're giving away a good bulk of our wealth right now, and it's quite considerable, and we're giving that away, and we're giving that away in the living years. And my advice is, hopefully, you're going to be generous in life, because there's going to be a lot of people less fortunate than you. Believe me, you're the upper 10% here. So in conclusion, 6 things. Keep learning, for sure. If you stop, you're going to not progress anywhere. Take risks. Don't take a conventional easy job. Take risks. Do something different. Take that risk. Never let money be your driving light. Don't make money the main motivation. It'll never work for you. Do what's right and guard your reputation, because if you play the gray zone too much, eventually you're going to get a bad reputation. Smile and have fun. That's the 5th thing. And the 6th is be generous. And with that, good luck. It's amazing the size here. You know, when I graduated University of Manitoba, my graduation class was 32 people. And it's just amazing seeing the size, seeing all the family members here. And what can I say? Congratulations. You're the upper 10 percentile in society. Good luck, and do something for society when you leave here. Thank you.